Hi, I'm Philip Mann with Kappler. Well, the question of the month is, do you have a garment that will protect us against the coronavirus? And the short answer is, sorry, no, I don't. But we have to go a little deeper. As we have learned, the coronavirus is transmitted respiratorily or by touching a surface that contains a live virus and then touching your nose or your mouth or your eye and acquiring the virus that way. The coronavirus is quite different from Ebola that we dealt with about 5 or so years ago, in that the Ebola virus is transmitted through liquid contact with blood or body fluids. So a garment, while being used by many people, as we've seen in recent news reports and accounts, many people using garments as part of their protective gear when dealing with patients or cleaning potentially contaminated areas. And the purpose of those garments is to help prevent the spread of that virus. So wearing the garment is not going to necessarily prevent you from acquiring the coronavirus. We have several products that we would recommend for help in preventing contamination or transfer of that virus. Probably the most prominent one would be the Provent Plus that you see behind me. But I also want to keep in perspective the whole coronavirus problem and how it relates to us in the U.S. We have today, I looked on the CDC site, and I believe there's probably about 45,000 cases of coronavirus reported, primarily in China. There's 14 cases confirmed in the U.S. I think there's about 1,400 deaths, and that ends up being well less than a 2% mortality rate. And we have to put that in perspective with what we're seeing with just influenza in the United States this flu season, where we've seen 20-something million people that have been infected, with over 200,000 hospitalizations, and around 12,000 deaths, of which 78 of those have been children. That comes to a 7% mortality rate. So we have to keep it in perspective. We get so spun up. I think it's a fear thing, not knowing. But we have a much greater problem just with dealing with influenza. And the CDC does say that the way we protect ourselves against the coronavirus is simply the same way we protect ourselves against the flu. We don't get in contact with people that are infected. We avoid surfaces in public places, and we continually wash our hands and have good hygiene. So corona is going to continue to get a lot of press. But let's keep it in perspective, and let's continue to take those measures that will prevent all of us from getting sick. I'm Philip Mann, the Technical Director at Kappler.